Mate, so look, the Crown news is not a surprise at all, and it shouldn't be to anybody who's been paying attention. It's simply impossible for one state to find Crown was an improper person, to use the jargon, to hold a license, and yet in two other states that license remain unchallenged or at least uninspected. It would have been. It would have begged belief that the one jurisdiction in a similar, if it was different, if overseas, maybe you make the argument that things are different here. Just too hard to say that it wouldn't have happened. I'm a little bit surprised it's taken this long. I would have thought maybe a day or two after that decision in New South Wales, we may have seen action in Victoria and WA. Look, it's not going to be an issue for the license. I think what everyone's expecting, and mate, this might be wrong. Everyone's expecting that Crown it'll wrap over the knuckles again, be told to lift its game again. It'll show evidence that it's already making some changes. Maybe it gets some sort of provisional licensing regime until it proves it's due and capable. But I think we already know that's happening as a result of New South Wales anyway. This is largely the other states having to make sure they're ticking those boxes.
Okay, just on to JobSeeker. It looks like there's going to be an announcement at some point today, Scott. What the new number is, we don't know. Currently at $40 a day. It's Eliza Edwards on our show a short time ago saying it's going to be less than 51. ACOS had wanted in excess of $60 a day. That looks like it's going to be way off. But what do you think is about the right number?
Shades of the old school wage bargaining, isn't it? The employers go with one number, the unions go with another, and the commission finds somewhere in between. We shouldn't be at all surprised. This is how this game's played. It's like house auctions, right? If you want to rise, you put an unreasonably big number. You hope it's somewhere in between. If you want nothing, you go for nothing and know you're going to have to pay something. Look, I think a small but reasonable increase is about right. I think that 45, 46 you mentioned earlier would be a good result for everybody. I think it's good for people on those allowances. It's also good news for the economy. I think even if you don't think the rate should be increased on an equity level, and you can have that view, the reality is people on this level are going to put that money straight back into the economy. So even if you don't like the fact they're getting some more money, and I understand the view, I don't necessarily agree with, but I understand it, that money goes back into the economy anyway, and hopefully gets spent in businesses around the world, around the country, I should say, and make sure that then underscores employment. And so it really is, if the government's going to be paying out more money, you want that money as a pure economic case to go to people who are most likely to push it back into the economy. Give some more money to Twiggy, he'll put it in the bank account and say, thank you very much. You give some more money to welfare recipients, they're most likely to spend it, and that at least is good use for the economy.
Okay, and just finally, Scott, reporting week continues. Anything you've got your eye specifically on this week?
Look, I think the Bank of Queensland ME Bank stuff yesterday was fascinating in terms of the need to bulk up. JP Morgan was out this morning talking about a dividend super cycle too in the fin. I think that story is probably one that we'll see rolling out. So really looking at dividend levels across most of the majors, and then energy as well. We saw AGL come out with a $2.7 billion write-down last week. Energy Australia's owners, CPL, have come out today and said they expect tougher conditions moving forward because of low wholesale energy prices. So again, the broad economic settings that drive those things, the impact on the banks and insurers in particular too, remain probably front of mind. The good news, of course, is retail doing really, really well this earnings season.
Okay.